All right, fellas. Full transparency. The family has arrived. So you might get some babas and dadas and some nice loud cries in the background. But we must go on if we're ever going to get this finished. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is that good? All right. Breezy too easy. Old man Breeze. Breeze in the wind. First off, great pickup on Dak. It's huge. Although I feel Breeze is going to have a better year than he did last year. The running game isn't going to be, well, I guess Kamara is pretty potent, so I don't know about the running game. But I think Breeze is going to score more throwing touchdowns without marking him there. Your running backs. I like David Johnson, but I still am kind of, I fight myself on not being sure what David Johnson's going to show up this year. Because we had a crazy first 2-3 years of David Johnson, and then kind of dropped off. And then now he should pick it back up in his offense that's supposed to be high-powered as far as plays every game, as far as putting down a lot of plays every game. We'll see. Next up is Duke Johnson. Don't really love it. Good offense, but still he's going to be in the committee as your RB2. I guess it could be worse. And then you have Latavius Murray in the committee, and then two handcuffs with Justin Jackson and Alexander Madison, and actually a third with Dexter Williams. So he's like a third-string guy. But rookie nonetheless. Receivers, I love Cooper Kupp and Edelman is Edelman. It is what it is. Kenny Galladay, not bad. Receiver chorus, don't really love it. Cook, don't really love him this year. I mean, though he's in a better offense, he had a good year last year, but Drew Brees hasn't really utilized his tight end to the fullest of their abilities. I'll just say that. And then you don't really have it. And then Vance McDonald, I actually kind of like Vance McDonald, but the Pittsburgh offense week 1 was looking a little shaky, so we'll see how they round out for the rest of the season. IDPs are pretty decent, and overall, I mean, this lineup is meh for me. I don't love it, but it could be borderline playoff team, 500 team, so not bad for what cards you were dealt. Went all in on Arizona, shock there. Went all in on Saints, shock there. So Arizona Cardinals and Saints have a great year. You're probably gonna have a great fantasy year. If they don't, then you're probably gonna be out of the playoffs again. So good luck. And then next up we got I like it when you call me Big Papa. Full transparency, guys. This last 2 hours has zapped me. So I'm going to try to pick the energy back up to where it was before. It's going to be tough. All right. Pop. Whew. It's been a rough one, man. A couple months ago when we were talking about keepers, as far as who you would keep, and you were saying top 5 at a position, this, that, and the third. That was before, Melvin Gordon had his holdout and is holding out still, and you had to let him go. And that's admirable, man. You don't want to have that to deal with all season long. And then Tyreek Hill goes down, and those are 2 huge holes. Those guys were, your base, what you could look forward to go into a week saying this guy's going to get me 15 to 25 every week. Melvin Gordon was going off, Tyreek Hill was going off. and then of course Kelsey and Russ was in between in there. Those guys were holding you down on a weekly basis, and that's a big part of the reason why you were the most you had the highest or the most points ever scored in a season in PFC, and probably will have that with the ups and downs that we're doing right now to the league as far as points wise. Um, at least for this year, you'll probably hold that record. Running backs is an issue for a lot of teams. It's there's not enough. There's only 32 teams, and there's only a starting running back on 32 teams. I mean, of course, there's some committees, and you'll be able to play the second guy. It's Devin Singletary. He's kind of the committee, maybe starter, maybe second, maybe passing down guy. Aaron Jones, he's the starting running back, but he didn't play like it last week. And then you got Tony Pollard. You gambled with him early. Maybe you thought I would bite and you could make a trade with him before the season started. Maybe you thought Zeke was going to hold out for the whole year. It was a slight gamble. It didn't really work out for you so far. And then Matt Breida. Matt Breida, he was a RB2, maybe flex, and now it's looking like a strong RB2 with Tevin Coleman going down. So running back's going to be a common theme today. Of course, your running back, your wide receiver core took a big hit with Tyreek Hill going down, but Michael Gallup is looking like he can step right in there and be a moneymaker for you. And then you got Juju. Juju is going to be a baller. Tyler Lockett didn't have a strong week one, but he should be a baller. There's no other pass catchers really to depend on in Seattle, at least guys that have proven it over time. Strong quarterback group. IDP is looking good too. DeMarcus Lawrence, love it. Just picked up Harrison Smith. I was debating on picking him up, love it. And then Tremaine Edmonds was my guy. You took him from me last year. I'll say I let you have him last year, but you took him from me last year. So I mean, all in all, your group took some big hits, man. Melvin Gordon, Tyreek Hill, healthy and playing in your lineups right now changes everything. You'll probably be top 5, top 3, top 2, and not 2. What if? That's fantasy football. If I had Le'Veon Bell all last year, who knows how my year would have went last year. Um, I I like your squad beforehand, but took some big hits. I like the trade that you made. Aaron Jones, I think, will have some better games than what he showed in Chicago against a tough defense week one. You know, you still need to make some moves, but Kelsey, I didn't even talk about Kelsey, really. I mean, Kelsey alone could change matchups, or Kelsey alone could change a week for you, as far as matchup to matchup wise. He's a hard guy to match up with. Right now, he's predicted. Sorry, God damn it. Right now, it's projected for 17 points. There's no other tight end even probably close to that. So, I still think you have a lot of fight left in you, but I have to have you this far down just because you lost Tyreek Hill and you don't have Melvin Gordon as a starting running back. So, good luck. I think I have faith that you'll bounce back. I know it's looking ugly. I know it's looking ugly early, but I have faith you'll bounce back. All right, next up. I know. Leno, I know. Okay, you scored 166 points, whatever. I know. I feel you. I can already hear you shouting me down. Oh, I had the second most points. I should have won. Why am I this low? Blah, blah. I know. Everyone has a great week throughout the season. Even though their team might not be great, they might have a great week. And I'm not saying your team's not great. I'm just saying that there are some holes. Yes, you have the number one fantasy quarterback in football. Where that takes you, I don't know if he's going to score 30 every week. He might. I had him last year. He was a baller for me, man. He changed some weeks for me. He's going to change some weeks for you. But it's more than a quarterback in fantasy football. There's good quarterbacks all over the place. Um, Wide receiver position is really the one that scares me the most. Tyler Boyd is your receiver one. Tyler Boyd. Say it again. Tyler Boyd is your receiver one. So that's scary to me as my receiver. If that was my receiver one, that'd be scary to me. Right now, Tyler Boyd, DK Metcalf, Ted Ginn, Geronimo, Kiki, Golden Tate when he comes back. I mean, he'll be the number one target out there. Oh, he'll be fighting off Evan Ingram for the number one target out there, but just don't love receivers. Running backs, I don't really particularly. I don't hate them, but I mean they're good. They're not great. Mark Ingram, he's not going to play the Dolphins every week. He's not going to run rampant all over the Dolphins every week. David Montgomery, I think he's going to have better weeks. Of course, I think they're gonna work him more into the game plan. And then Peyton Barber, I just don't believe him. Just me, just me. I just don't believe in Peyton Barber, Ronald Jones. I barely even believe in Dari Abingwala, whatever the hell his name is. Oh, I forgot you have Marvin Jones. Sorry. And Melvin Gordon coming back, that's going to be the key to your season. If Melvin Gordon comes back and steps right back into where he was last year, then you will be a playoff team. But if he does not come back week 6, week 7, then you are hurting, and you will be hurting. Yeah, you had a great week this week, but Corey Littleton ain't giving you 32 every week. He's a great linebacker, but he's not giving you 32 every week. He might give you a strong 10 to 20, but 32, that was crazy. And then Delaney Walker, I think he's gonna be a valuable tight end, but 2 touchdowns. You had some great output, some places that I didn't see, that no one seen that it was gonna come from them places. So, and you included. I think your team's decent. I think you have a shot. Of course, and you make a move every year, and I just hope this year is different than the previous 2, 3, 4 years where you're making a trade and just totally just shipwrecks your crew, and you give away a good stud keeper that's going to be a guy down the road. I mean, you've had countless guys, Chubb, Gurley, um, I, I can't even. There's a bunch of them. You've had a bunch of guys that you kind of let them go, and they've flourished. So I hope this year you get the guy that flourishes and that you can keep on your squad as a dynasty and ride him out for a while. So DK Metcalf might even be that guy, to be honest with you. All in all, good squad, good strong squad. I would say receiver is the real concerning position for me, and then Tyreek. I mean, Pat Mahomes is gonna take you some places, but it's all gonna come down to Melvin Gordon. All right. Next up, we got the defending champ, J-Rock. It ain't gonna be 2-time, trust me. It ain't. It doesn't happen, and I honestly just don't think this lineup is great enough to make it happen without the chips falling your way again. So unless you borrow Torian's rabbit foot and you guys are both 2-time champions together, I just don't see it happening. But I will say this lineup is decent. The receiving core, I think, is obviously the cream of your crop. The receiving core is very strong. Keenan, Mike, even though Mike's kind of started off slow, and then Marquise Brown, he looks great, man. If he can stay healthy or get healthy and stay healthy, he looks great. But again, it's hard to judge really any Ravens offensive player or player period when they go against the Dolphins week 1, the tanking squad. But running back core, that has been the theme of the day. Sony Michel, Devontae Freeman. I have more faith in. That's tough. I would say Devontae. Probably Sony. I have more faith in Sony, but that committee just worries the shit out of me in New England. And then Devontae, man, he had it down. He got hurt all banged up last year. He was mediocre the year before. And this year, I mean, last game he was 50-50 with Ito Smith. I just don't know. I mean, you picked up AP, so I mean, you got to start a running back because you lost Tevin Coleman, and then you got Malcolm Brown, and Raheem Mostert. So maybe, one of those. You got some depth. So I will say you picked up some depth. You picked up some insurance policies. Great job. Kudos to you for going out there and getting those guys because I think you did need them. So great job. Even though you have Kalen Ballage as well, I'm not a believer in any Dolphins right now, man. It's scary. Carson Wentz, great quarterback. Tight end, obviously huge hole. Vernon Davis right now, but I mean, even if you have Vernon Davis for the rest of the year, and without Jordan Reed, still wouldn't love it. But I mean, it's a body. It's a warm body. Tight end right now is ugly. Either you got a great guy or you don't really. Pretty much. I mean, outside of the top 5, 6 guys, and it's a crapshoot, man. I was crapshooting all last year. Fucking Trey Burton. Sorry. All in all, team's decent. Team's fairly decent. I like it. You got depth everywhere. Just your starting premier running back. I'm just a little worried about that. Receivers, I feel really good about your receivers though, and your quarterback. Who else you got as a backup? Do you have a backup quarterback? You don't. You went no quarterback. Yeah, you went 0 backup quarterback, 0 tight end. So you wanted to fill up the rest of the positions. Not mad at that strategy. I'm with it. I just I've kind of backed off of that strategy a little bit just for whatever. That different day. All right. All in all, good squad. Not bad. You're just out of the cusp for contender right now, but I think you'll work in that top once you get some more points and wins under your belt. All right. So next up we got